I'm Sarah.
I'm Helen.
And welcome to UKPOP, where we keep it real.
Wrong with a similar start. Okay.
Hi people! Welcome back to episode 6 of UKPOP, where we keep it real.
Yes.
This week we've got a BTS special for you, but before we get into that, I have something to say. So since we did the last episode 5, oh was it 4? Was it 4?
It was 5.
It was 5. And the song we started with on that episode was Jealousy by Monsta X. And yes. Yeah.
Tiny little banger.
Oh, anyway, I can't handle it. The chorus is too much. So I'm officially a card carrying, fully paid up Mombo since that episode, and I've just dive deep into Monsta X, like from their time on No Mercy, like up until today. And I just think they're brilliant. I love them so much.
Fine as hell.
They're fine as hell. They're talented as hell. Their songs bang. Like I just think I'm surprised that. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I feel they're not as big as they could be. I don't know if that's they seem to be quite big outside of South Korea.
Yeah, so they're big. They are big, and they're doing. I keep seeing it keeps coming up on my Twitter feed that there's tickets available for their London show. And I'm like, I can't, because I won't be anywhere near them. So, do you know what I mean? And I shouldn't be anywhere near them, let's be real.
For their own safety. Oh God, hold me.
Honestly, for their safety. But they're quite expensive tickets, and also they're not good seats.
Oh, really?
And also, I don't know if I would want to be at a K-pop concert.
Okay, explain.
Just because. It's nothing against K-pop fans, but they're fandoms. It's like how they're fandoms. They're not like fans. You know how there's a difference where they're kind of
territorial.
Yeah, and it's not that they're
preachy.
It's not that they wouldn't be nice people or anything like that. But I just feel like I wouldn't have the intensity of them. I couldn't match it, and I don't like being around people who are that intensely into something that I'm not, which I'm sure other people now feel when I'm talking about K-pop. but and also they'll all be a lot younger, I feel, and and anyway, just don't do well at concerts, because I'll just be like, I want to listen to this, and you people are screaming.
It's like, stop singing along.
I want to hear them singing, and I want to look at them and no one else around. And sure, that sounds stalkerish, but
it's fine. We'll gloss over that. Don't worry about it.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm fully obsessed. My bias changes like the weather.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, so at the beginning, it probably still is Wonho because he's a god. Like,
but what was the message you sent me? Like, it's the funniest. One of the funniest.
No, I was so thirsty that day.
Yeah, but listen, he's a tall, wide drink of water, okay? Because
he's a cloche. It was like, what's the thing?
A carafe.
Fucking cloche. Where did I get that from? Carafe. He is a carafe.
He's a carafe. He's turned upside down carafe with them ripped up shoulders. Because Sarah's message to me was, you didn't tell me when I was ripped all the way up.
I was like. Because after we listened to Jealousy, I'm like, this song bangs. I'm gonna watch their live performances. I was like, I saw the video for the dance rehearsal.
Yeah.
And then there's this guy wearing all black with arms unlike any I've ever seen.
He looks like. What was the name of this? Is so niche, but you know, in the Strong Bird in Homestar Runner, you know the big idiot dude.
Oh gosh, I know the one with like the sort of raspy voice. Is that
he's an idiot.
Yeah. I know
him with the really broad shoulders. That's how Wonho looks, and you're like, but what? How did you? The gun shows on the shoulders.
Yes, so I saw that and I was like, okay, so Wonho's top at the moment, and then I've got like Jooheon, Shonu and Kihyun like vying for second place, so I have no idea.
I'm Shonu. Shonu. The thing about Shonu, right? Even though like this is so misleading that we're just talking about Monsta X for like full on
on a BTS special.
Yeah, a BTS special. But Shonu looks like, and don't think I'm reading too much into it, I'm fully reading too much into it, but he looks like, sure, he's an idol and he makes his living singing and dancing, but he'll provide for his family.
Oh,
he looks like he's a responsible man.
Yes.
Even though he's a young man.
He's literally
inappropriate. But look, Shonu.
Yes. He's like,
he will get it done. He will get it done.
When it gets real. He's so reliable.
Oh,
exactly. There's nothing hotter than reliability. Like,
Shonu would show up. What is wrong with us?
Shonu would show up. Would show up.
Shonu.
Yeah. Just I think they're 7 incredibly talented men. There isn't a weak member among them.
No,
and they've got so many other skills. Like, I found out 2 days ago that Hyungwon's a DJ.
Is he?
Yeah, and he goes on to the name H1.
Do you know what? I did know that.
Did you?
Because I've seen it on one of them articles where it's like 10 idols that you didn't know had other skills.
And I was like, I watched the video, I think it was from their world tour, which was months ago, which is weird, another one. But I watched the video of him DJing and he murdered it. I was so shocked. I was like, anyway, I just think they're brilliant.
DJ our double wedding. Yeah. Where we would just marry various members of Monsta X.
One after the other.
Solidly blanked out for a second there, just like...
There was dead air for 2 seconds.
We'd meet him at the gym, meet one of them at the gym.
Yeah.
And be like, I'm sorry, were you also reaching for the 10k kettlebell? And he'd be like, I could lift that with my little finger. I'd be like, yeah, you could.
You could as well, yeah. I fully accept that as fact. Yes. Oh gosh.
But even though we've just prattled on about Monsta X, this episode is actually a BTS special.
It is.
So we had a lot of fun last time we did an episode special, didn't we? Like a band episode, which was Luna. This is slightly different because we're not introducing each member at a time. BTS have been, I think they're celebrating their 5th anniversary.
Okay. Wow.
I think it's their 5th anniversary. I might be wrong. I'm often wrong. But I might be wrong. I think it's their 5th anniversary. It's Monsta X's 3rd anniversary was just gone. But yeah, BTS is their 5th anniversary. And
someone had a 7th one. Was it? I forgot the name of them. Was it Boyfriend or something?
I think it might be Boyfriend.
I think it was Boyfriend had the 7, yeah. But yeah, sorry, go on.
No, that's fine. Rude.
Just don't do it again.
So there you go. That's first warning. First strike one. No, I'm kidding.
Yes, I'm loving it. Strike one.
Strike one. I'm just saying.
Next episode, like, Sarah's not here.
Yeah, I'll be taking them
pushed me to the
second pair of glasses out the logo and centering the rectangles. No, I'm kidding. I'm obviously kidding. But yeah, we thought we'd do a BTS special because obviously they just won again, didn't they? The social media award for the Billboard Music, which is huge, and obviously it's more of a testament to their fans and the voting.
Yeah, 100%.
The fans are so devoted because the band are so good. Put it that way.
I think their video broke a record as well. It was like 100 million.
Yeah. Oh, was it Fake Love?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the fastest amount of time, something like that.
They're just smashing it, and we're gonna go back from the start. So we're gonna work chronologically to their new release, and just listen to kind of how their sound has changed or the different things they've done, and just listen to some of their songs. And to celebrate BTS and all their achievements in the last 5 years. But we're going to, like I said, we're going to go right back to the beginning. So this is one of the first songs they ever released. This is No More Dream.
Let's do it.
Big house and big rings. But 사실은 I don't have any big dreams. 난 참 편하게 살아. 따위 아무것도 아무것도 안 하잖아. 다 똑같이 나처럼 생각하고 있어. 까먹고 맞춰 어린 시절. 하긴 걱정 마 멀리라도 갈 거니까. 알았어 엄마 지금 독서실 간다니까. 지금 네 거울 속에 누가 보여? I gotta say 너의 길을 가라고. 단 하루를 살아도 뭐라도 하라고. 나약하면 남았어. 왜 말 못하고 있어? 공부를 하기 싫다면서 학교 때려치기는 겁나지. 이거 받은 거야 준비하는 벌써 설정들은 제발 좀 너희만 살아가지고 유리 멘탈 boy stop. 자신 내가 물어봐 언제리가 열심히 노력했냐고 야마 내 꿈은 뭐래 야마 내 꿈은 뭐래 야마 내 꿈은 뭐래 네 꿈은 그거래 거짓말이야 서툴라이야 심미심미야 네 시선 차이야 왜 자꾸 딴 길을 가래 야 너나 잘해 제발 강요하지 말아줘 내 꿈의 머리 내 꿈의 머리 고작이 거니 지겨운 same day 반복되는 매일 어른들과 부모님한테
That was BTS and No More Dreams.
No More Dreams. What did you think?
I thought it was. I like the song. I thought it was really funky, but I think it was a bit. I don't know if it was current in K-pop, but I think. I guess maybe coming from a Western perspective, it was behind the times in terms of sound and the video as well, actually, because it seems like that sort of music was coming out in like early noughties, mid noughties maybe. But it's a really confident. Was this their debut? I'm guessing.
I think it's their debut.
It's really confident though. They're very sort of polished already. Like we were talking about their choreography, it was not. And the song again, it's sort of got the kind of bratty, cocky, we're going to make money, that kind of stuff. I don't know whether they actually bought into it, I don't know. But it's very, we're here, this is us thing. And I was sort of comparing it to, Stray Kids. And I'm just thinking, because they, in my mind, tried to go for the same thing. Yeah. But I think they failed, where BTS kind of got it. Yeah. And I don't quite know why they got it, though. I'm not sure what BTS did that was good, but
they're just better.
They're just better.
I think maybe it's to do with the label. I mean, so BTS are on a label called Big Hit, and they're quite small. Like BTS's success has put them into the big leagues, so to speak. But they weren't as big as say like SM Town or the other labels, and so I think maybe that has something to do with it. Probably for the fact that they're kind of like, well, we're going to try something a bit different. Also, it's worth noting, like in a lot of boy bands where they have, like I think we said this before, like all boy bands and girl bands now, they have rappers. Like they'll all have someone at least who is obligated to rap. But BTS was apparently like built around RM, Namjoon, so, like he used to be called Rap Monster.
Okay, now it's just RM.
Now it's just RM. But it was built around him, and you can really get that vibe from this. Now, if you look at the more, like, as time goes on, you can see that the skills and the appeal of all the other members has kind of been brought into it. But you can really tell in this song, especially, how it's focused around the rappers.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, it's really, really rap heavy. There's hardly any just bits of them singing, and if they are, it's just la la la, isn't it? It's not really, it's like Jimin just doing a little bit of thing. And again, like you said about the dance routines, it's just like they're so creative with their dances and they really go for it, and they always look like they really enjoy it too. Yeah. There's that really cool bit where Jungkook picks up Jimin
and they run across the
back.
It's so clever.
It's really cool. For something so early for them to just throw that out there. It's just really good. But it's really it does show their kind of focus from the beginning of being like, there's three rappers, and then Taeyang also kind of raps. Although Jungkook also kind of raps.
They all kind of rap.
They all kind of rap.
Three, like,
you've got
there is a rap line, if that makes sense. Like, I'm guessing it's just the three of them.
Yeah. It's mainly them, and then the others kind of sing. And then
like
just listen, let's not get it, because he's my bias. So again, I've got this thing now.
Comes from a place of love.
It does come from a place of real love. But yeah, it's a good debut, right? It's a good debut. Like it's a good place to start. The next song that we're going to talk about is Boy In Love.
확인할까 그렇다고 착각하기가 쉬운 남자 안 달랐어 난 달랐어 네가 뭔데 너만 잘났어 왜 나를 자꾸 놀려 너 이제 그만 hold up 꽉 잡아 날 덮치기 전에 내 맘이 널 놓치기 전에 Say what you want 네가 진짜로 원하는 게 뭐야 잡아 날 덮치기 전에 내 맘이 널 놓치기 전에 Say what you want 네가 진짜로 원하는 게 뭐야 왜 내 맘을 흔드는 건데 왜 내 맘을 흔드는 건데 왜 내 맘을 흔드는 건데 겉은 더 bad girl 속은 더 bad girl 나 같은 남자 놓치면 후회하게
That's pretty cool. So that was Boy In Luv.
I think we've got different opinions on the song.
Yeah. I don't love it. It's not amazing, but it's not terrible. It's look at me just say we pause it. Look at Jungkook.
Am I getting this right?
if you want to know how funny his face is, if you go to the video, the official music video on YouTube, and you stop it at 1:46, look at Jungkook's face with his hands in the air. He's like, I'm a big boy.
And that's partly why I don't like the song. It's a very, like you said, it's the very, I'm a big boy kind of thing. It's just trying very hard to be cool, the whole school setting with the cool kids at school. And for a song that's called Boy In Luv, it's quite angry. I don't know, it sounds quite angry to me.
I mean, we don't know what they're saying, but it's like, I love you so much, you're beautiful.
I respect your parents.
I never hurt you. I got you this present. I know that you like it.
I remembered your birthday. Yeah. That kind of stuff, it's like, but it just sounds quite... And I don't know if it's just meant to be passionate, what they're singing about, or if it's... I looked up the other day, I've forgotten the word, where it's with someone who's just like, would do anything to get their love interest. There's like a specific Korean word for it, and I've totally forgotten it. It's like... I'll have to look it up later. But I don't know if that's what the song's meant to be, but it's sort
There's
of
the word say-sang, but I think that
possibly
might be,
that.
that's like crazy fans who are like, maybe.
Possibly. But I just know it means someone who's romantically interested in someone. They will literally do anything to get them, and they're like single, like minded.
It's very single-minded.
Very single-minded.
Then they stand there and they will give her a rose. Well, not all of them. I noticed Namjoon was not interested. He was not there. I'd be like, where's my rose? Sing it like that and he'd run away.
Yeah, but it's quite, I don't know, it's to me it was a bit childish, and it's not a debut. It's just, it seems to be doing more of the same as No More Dream, like, and this, I guess because their sound's not going to change until later.
And it doesn't.
It wasn't for me.
It looks like, I mean, if they release this now, it would be huge because they're BTS. But this song would not make you huge, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes total sense.
So, just it's good, but it's not great, and it's not standout, and it's not one of those songs that you always come back to, if that makes sense. I think if you're a BTS fan, you might, and there are times where they do, like there are times in the video where they look really good, or like I think Taehyung is so cute in this, like his hair colour, I think he really suits this. Like sometimes they don't do right by him, like you know how he's got the mullet now. Why do that to my boy? And also they're not, when I say that they're focusing on certain sounds, again, he's not being, just the singers aren't.
No, it's like you were saying how it was built around
the
rappers. You can definitely tell that in Boy In Luv.
And as we go later on through the songs, you can see how singing becomes more important to BTS, but right now it's the rappers, and it just feels like they want to. So you know how we said about, again, I don't want to say their name because it makes me angry. Stray Kids, but Stray Kids, how we said they tried to be like threatening. Like, look at us coming out of juvenile hall or whatever they're
coming out of
They just look like idiots. They're like, look at us dressing. I don't know what they were meant to be doing, but that kind of, we're threatening but harmless. You can't avoid that with the rap because it's like, they don't want to be like some saccharine boy band, but at the same time, in order to get by in K-pop, you have to not be threatening. You know, so it's difficult. not that BTS go for a threatening thing, but this is aggressive. There's the next song that we do. I don't think we'll have the closed captions on. I don't know why they're always stuck on mine. But the next song we're going to do is Danger. I really like Danger. This is probably one of the first BTS songs I ever heard, and the lyrics in the chorus will see what I mean. It's like, do you know who you're talking to, kind of thing. Like, and they do it again in their, you know, later on in Mic Drop. It's all swag and stuff, but they don't want to be threatening, but they also want to be like, we're tough guys. Do you know what I mean? But let's do Danger. I really like this. Here
we go.
핸드폰은 장색 내 남친이 맡긴 하니 I'm sick 왜 숙제처럼 표현들은 밀어 우리 무슨 business 아님 내가 싫어 던던 되게 던던 좀 살가워져라 오늘도 또 충분히 빌어 우린 평행선 같은 곳을 보지만 넌 다르지 난 나밖에 없는데 왜 너 밖에 있는 것만 같은지 공하면 넌 물어 삐쳤니 나 삐지겠던 적이나 있었니 너 귀여니 나 침몸이 생기길 네가 다 사랑하는 기적이 내가 없는데 난 너로 가득해 미칠 것 같아 근데 왜 이러는데 왜 밤을 만들어 난 이제 경고해 헷갈리게 하지마 장난해 나 도대체 내가 뭐야 맘만 해날 갖고 노는 거야 너 지금 위험해 왜 나를 시험해 왜 나를 시험해 헷갈리게 하지마 장난해 나 도대체 내가 뭐야 맘만 해날 갖고 노는 거야 너 지금 위험해 왜 나를 시험해 왜 나를 시험해 헷갈리게 하지마 헷갈리게 하지마
But now we're recording.
That was Danger.
Yeah, so Danger I think was the first BTS song I ever heard.
Okay.
And I loved it. I just thought it was really good. Like I said before we played it, the lyrics are a little bit sus because it's that kind of mental games.
Yeah.
It's mental relationship games. Like, it's like
Not
you didn't
a
call
fan.
me, like, why are you treating me so bad? I'm confused. Like, I love
Then it's
you.
like you're in
more than you
danger.
love me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a little bit manipulative.
Little bit,
just
yeah,
gonna say,
little bit
boys,
old
you
emotional
shouldn't-
manipulation.
Yeah, let's not go down that road, okay? Because you don't want to be those guys.
Exactly.
But it's good. They all look good in the video. They have their nice little individual things going on, don't they? Where they're all taking out their frustration in some way.
Boxing or playing basketball or
Cutting
cutting
their
their
hair.
hair, playing the piano because I'm
like,
sad but
basically.
also sensitive. And
Yeah, I'm a
musical.
creative soul.
Yeah, yes.
It just goes right my feelings.
This
They're like in
this
that
is how I
American
do with
dude
my
accent.
pain. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I prefer this to the previous two, probably because you mentioned earlier that they sort of focus on their vocals a bit more as they go on, and this came across to me as sort of the first song where they're like, okay, you know what, we need a good hook with some actual vocals going on, and they did that, and it's catchy, and the little bridge leading up to the chorus is really catchy, and it just sticks out more. It seems like more of a song to me, despite the really like problematic lyrics. It sounds like more of a song. It's not just angry aggressiveness. It's not we're going to make money. Like they start to mature here a little bit. They sort of move on from that, and I guess they tried to do that in the video with them all being moody and
this really brought
taking out their anger
them.
and
This song was one of the ones that really boosted their profile.
Right.
This
and it sounds better. I don't know.
It sounds better. It's more. I don't want to say it's more cohesive because that's a really obtuse word to use. I guess cohesive.
How do you mean?
It's like every part of the song fits together really well, and it's also got a very BTS sound. Like BTS can change their sound quite well, and they can do lots of things. Because if we went, like, we listen to this, and then a little bit further down listen to Fake Life, they're totally different, aren't they? Like the latest thing they put out is so different. They're really good at changing their sounds and adapting. What is it called? Reinventing. They're good at reinventing their sound and whatever. But this really, I guess maybe because it was the first thing I heard, this is so BTS for me. There's like a little bit of a wink in the eye, and there's, on top of that is the dances. Like, I feel like it's difficult to talk about BTS without talking about their dances. Because we didn't put it on the list.
Which one?
So there's a song called Lost, which is from their Blood, Sweat and Tears album. So it's like a little bit later on after this, a couple of years after this. It's the first song I've ever seen where they haven't had a proper like dance routine, and it's also one that doesn't have the rappers in it.
Okay, right.
There's no rap, it's just singing, and it's from their Blood, Sweat and Tears. It's from the album from like the one before this, I think, maybe. But it's weird to see them not dancing, because the dances are so integral to BTS's performances. And in this one, what I like is something that they do again, which is where they play with the speed of the dance in comparison to the speed of the music.
Interesting.
So you see there's one point where they slow it down, where like it's in the chorus and you'd think they'd be kicking around and running about and stuff, but they're just moving their shoulders. It's that bit where they're like, obviously this is a recording of my voice, but it's where they've crossed it, kind of got their arms crossed, and they just shrug their shoulders side to side, and they slow it right down. And as a recommendation, I would say if you go onto YouTube and you look up a channel called Salve Maknae.
Okay.
He's a big K-pop fan, and he watches the videos. And they kind of assess the dances, or like they just critique the dances. It's always good for BTS because they do stuff, but he breaks down how they do things, so I would just recommend that very much. But
I noticed. So go on.
No, I was like, that's just a throwaway.
No, that's cool. I noticed as well when you were talking about the routine. There's a little bit. I think it was. I don't know if it's in the beginning of the chorus where they sort of do a cheeky sort of back of the neck kind of thing.
Yes, yeah.
Which I quite liked. It's sort of like, oh, we're still like kind of charming, but also
a little bashful
kind
thing.
This is like you said about playing with the speed of it.
Yeah. And these little gestures, like
this.
there's...
Yeah.
I get another... So I know I've said Blood, Sweat and Tears already, but when we go to Blood, Sweat and Tears, have you...
I have watched it, yes.
Yeah, so if you watch a performance video of it, or even just a dance practice video, that's another one where they've got these just very little moves that are just so cool, because you're like, oh, that's cool, I didn't think of that. I didn't think you'd put that in a dance routine, but like you said, the touch the back of the neck, I know exactly what you mean.
It just works.
It works.
Yeah, and they're all doing it, and it just,
and they've got so much charisma, and it's more visible in Danger than it is... than it previously has been. This is where they're starting 100%. To really get into it. So next up, this is I Need You.
Beautiful.
I Need You.
너 때문에 나 이렇게 망가져 그만할래 이제 나 안 가져 못하겠어 뭐 같아서 제발 핑계 같은 건 삼가져 네가 나한테 이러면 안 돼요 네가 한 모든 말은 안 돼요 진실을 가리고 날 찢어 날 찢고 난 미쳐 다 싫어 전부 가져가 난 네가 그냥 미워 But you are everything 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 제발 좀 꺼져 미안해 사랑해 I need you girl 왜 혼자 사랑하고 혼자서만 이별해 I need you girl 왜 다칠 거라면서 자꾸 네가 필요해 I need you girl 넌 아름다워 I need you girl 너무 차가워 I need you girl I need you girl I need you girl I need you girl goes round and round. Now 왜 자꾸 돌아오지?
Love it. Love it.
Yes, and
we like that
singing
one.
Along beautifully throughout the whole thing.
Oh, thank you, my
those
darling.
notes.
Thank you, my darling. Thank you.
No.
I don't know where that came from. Sorry.
Choir. Choir. We smashed it. It was leading up to this moment.
Back in the day.
Yes.
We were training from early. Okay.
We knew that this moment.
We've been
that we were going to be hitting those. I was an alto, obviously.
So was I.
Them high notes. There's a reason why them high notes don't come out.
Oh. But when we nail it, it's over for the rest of you. Trust.
You don't know. When I learn to rap, we're going to be
shook ones, everybody. Anyway, we like I Need You a lot. We really like that. I think it's probably for me, it's that chorus. It's just so...
Yeah.
You really get into it like we were when we were watching the video just now. You really get into it. You nod your head. You like try and sing along, even though you like can't get it. But and I guess the bit of English in there helps.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's it's just catchy and more mature than again the others that have come before it.
And it's got this kind of stompy rhythm that just keeps driving forward, doesn't it? I like it.
Yeah, it's good.
There's no dancing in the video.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm dumb. I did not notice that at all.
I was like, no, it's fine. But you also raised a good point. Like, maybe it's just like, there's no dancing. So this is kind of like, listen, we're serious, yeah?
Yeah,
we're
that's
serious
so true.
rappers and singers. But Sarah raised a good point that more or less from now on, I guess, so Boy in Love had a girl in it, didn't it? But their videos don't feature love interests or...
At all.
But I don't... I mean, they do in some videos, not BTS. They do in they do in K-pop videos. They do have like love interests. Like we, both male and female groups will do that. But I guess with BTS, I feel like maybe it's to do with part of making them more appeal more to like because it's like. There's no girl in the video. It could be you.
They are all obviously single and just waiting for you. That's what it seems. That's what it comes across to me as. They're like.
You see when Jimin says, "I need you, girl." That's you, girl.
He said, "I need you, girl." That's hell, not girl. It's, "I need you, hell, hell." Yes.
Over from England.
Yes. But I think I agree with you there 100%. I think it's just to put across this image of they're more, makes them more marketable, accessible. If your fans are like lusting over them, they're more likely to buy their merchandise and go to their shows and buy their music.
Because a lot of K-pop groups, they're not like a lot of labels. They put a dating band. Did you know about that?
It did, yeah.
They put a dating band, which is probably why me and Wano haven't.
Oh, babes,
it's fine.
I will wait. And it seems, and the way they report relationships from the outlets I've read, it seems like a scandal, like the way they talk about it.
Wait a minute, you're in a relationship.
And if they can link a male idol to a female idol, or a male actor to a female actor, or whatever, it always seems quite scandalous.
And also because we were just talking about like fandoms and negative fans who get obsessed. Well, so Jimin, I don't know whether it actually was true or not, but Jimin was linked to My Red Velvet Bias.
Yeah.
Sugi, so there was a little while where it was like Jimin and Sugi were rumoured to unite them, and I was like, I ship that. I'm here for that. I don't know would it be. Sumin would be their little ship name. Sumin. Or Jilgi. Jilgi is a good name. Jilgi's cute. But the BTS fans were horrible to her about it.
I'm sure. I can well imagine.
Because it's like, oh my god, that's our Jimin. Like, it's just unnecessary. It's
weird.
just stupidity, and it's like, oh, you think, oh yeah, he's waiting for you. Do you reckon?
They're lying to you, okay? It's like but it's. I was saying, sorry to bring up Monsta X again, my sons, but like they had a love interest in the video for Rush, and then from then onwards, there was just no one, and if there was a love interest, it seemed to be each other, like as in, so like in Drama Rama, for example, there's a whole, but I mean, I'm down with it. This is not a criticism. Like I want more of it. Like they're not doing it enough, if you ask me. But like in the video for Drama Rama, there's this whole bit with Shonu and Wonho where they're sort of dressed as, I think they're fencing. They're fencing, and there's this bit where like Shoney's sort of lovingly, like, I think he's either doing up or undoing what Wonho's wearing or something, and it's sort of like lying on the floor. Like,
mentally, aren't we all doing that all the time?
I mean, yes.
Oh, Wonho. Oh, Shonu. We
Sorry, we are still here.
Oh my God, we need a moment
yeah,
for
and
that.
then I think there's a video for All In as well, where it seems to be implied with Hyungwon and Minhyuk that there's like something going on. I don't know if that's intentionally implied or whatever, but I don't know. We were just discussing whether with BTS and Monsta X and other boy groups, if this is like a conscious decision to make them more marketable.
I think it is. It's kind of like if you can't see the girl in the video, you could be the girl in the video.
Yeah.
You know, I think that might be the direction.
The song hangs. Yeah. I need you, Sarah.
Just in your own voice. It's just like some special recording. It's like download this, and then every time you
say your name after the beat, but then they'll put it.
Yeah, and then we'll send you the MP3 of it with your name.
I mean, I would do it if that was the thing. We're laughing, but I'd do it.
Oh my God, is this a new idea where we like put yourself in the song?
Copyright this right now. Copyright.
We're going to copyright this before the episode goes out because we're about to be rich and you heifers can suck
This is on record. We are of sound body and mind, okay? We know what we're doing. This is copyright.
This is copyrighted and that's a fact. That's a goddamn fact.
This is evidence, it's not podcast anymore.
Between us, we have the university level education to do this. And we're
my word.
But while we're working out the kinks of this, let's move on to the next song. So the next song that we're going to do is Run. Those are the lyrics.
너네 하나뿐인 태야 세상에 딱 하나 널 향해 피었지만 난 자꾸 목말라 넌 늦었어 너 없이 살 순 없어 가지가 말라도 더 힘껏 손을 뻗어 뻗어봐서 검색해버리고 미칠 듯 달려도 도제자릴 뿐 그냥 날 태워줘 그래 너 밀쳐내줘 이건 사랑에 미친 멍청이의 띵박질 더 뛰게 해줘 두 발의 상처만 가득해도 네 얼굴만 보면은 빛나니까 다시 run 난 멈출 수가 없어 run 난 놓칠 수가 없어 어차피 이것밖에 난 못해 너를 사랑하는 것밖에 못해 다시 run 넘어져도 괜찮아 저도 괜찮아 가질 수 없다 해도 난 좋게 바보 같은 운명아 나를 욕해 Don't tell me why You make me cry Love is a lie Don't tell me why 난 거라는데요 난 멈출 수가 없네
We are recording, right? Okay. Yes.
Sounds like I'm not going to do it. Screw it. So I was enjoying that.
Oh, yeah, I love Run.
Yes.
I think just before we listened to it, I said to Hal, I love the video for this, so I'm just going to go on about the video a bit.
And I hadn't watched the music video. I'd only watched like performance or dance videos of it.
It's just the video is as fun and as hectic as the song is.
And it's dramatic.
Yeah. It's emotional and it's fun and it's cute and it's sort of just. I think this might be correct me if I'm wrong. Might be the first time we've sort of seen them palling around as like friends, if that makes sense. Like before, they're all their dancers are so polished and they look like a band. But in this video, they're just like 7 guys just having fun, like going on a bit of a road trip or like run away from home. A bit more acty. The song is very fits the theme, gets fast paced and it just keeps going to the end. Again, a great sing along chorus as well. I love, and again having a bit of English in there helps. But it's just fun. I love it. It's a really good pop song. It's a really strong, really strong pop
it's got
song.
a good, I like how the bridge just slows it right down. You've got a lot more singing in there. This is I think one of the reasons why I like this song so much is because Taehyung gets to sing a lot more, and you can hear he's got such a good deep voice that hasn't really until this point hasn't been used as much or as well as it could have been, and from now on you hear how what's the word, kind of diverse his, like, what kind of range he's
has
got.
the range.
Yeah, he's got the range.
He has the range.
She has the
He
range,
has the
darling.
range.
And because he's really, I don't know. I love Taehyung. I think he's just great. And he looks so cute in this with his little mouth all sweet and everything, following Namjoon around. This is that whole thing of them being like bad boys, isn't it? But they also have feelings.
Yeah, exactly.
They all have these moments.
We cry. And
They have these moments where they're like, let's be destructive and do criminal stuff, and then also like they'll look to the camera and be like, what am I
single
doing?
tear. Yeah.
Maybe I should change my ways. And then they're running from the police again. But it's a very cinematic video. The songs. It's just so catchy.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Because it's not a complicated song.
No.
That's the thing. It doesn't need to be much more than it is, and it
doesn't really need raps either. Like I just think it.
And even the raps are kind of
they fit.
Yeah.
The raps fit, and they don't take over the song because you know how good the rap one are. But it's like it doesn't need it though, and it's just
I like what you
nice,
mean about
pretty.
seeing them palling around, because you're right. It's not. It's.
They look like a family here.
Yeah.
Again, they're just travelling, doing whatever, but they're together and they seem to be taking care of each other and getting in trouble together, and they have like a little house party together.
Yeah.
And, it's
Not enough Jimin in this.
Not enough
Jimin. I think he's so sweet, and his little chubby face. Yeah, not enough Jimin. But so that was Run, and the next one we're going to listen to is Fire. Fire is fire.
I love Fire.
And this is one of their biggest songs, and I swear to God, it took ages for me to find this actually on Spotify because it's called Burning Up. If you have Spotify and you can't find Fire, that's because on Spotify it's called Burning Up.
Why the name change?
Because Spotify can't do shit right now. Please sponsor us. I'm just kidding. I couldn't find it, but it's such a good song. The video is quirky as hell, and I love it. And again, you have to see live performances of it and just see how much energy they have. It's amazing. This is Fire.
불타오르네.
Everybody say la 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 la, say la 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 la. Switch it up, burn it up.
불타오르네.
Fire! Love it. Ha! Ha!
Is that good? Oh, I pressed record again.
Yay! That was Fire!
Smashed it.
Talk to me about Fire, Helen.
I love it. I love it. So there's everything about this video, and I guess also, no, not so much Run. This is another one of them videos where it's like it's all personality. This is the most BTS video because they're goofy as hell. We've talked about this, like how boy bands can be goofy. BTS are goofy as all hell, but they're also cool. Like there's a bit we were talking about where how they're looking at. First of all, you've got V. Okay, I just need to clarify.
You got this.
Taehyung, I keep saying Taehyung, that's his name, but his nickname is V.
Right.
He's the one in this who's got his sunglasses on the back of his head. I love him. Again, looks like an anime character. Like, he fully looks like an anime character. That guy. He looks like an anime character. That means nothing to you guys, me pointing on the screen, doesn't it?
No, but she's spot on.
Yeah, it's him. So there's bits in this where like he's ironing on Jin. Like he's just got an iron on Jin, yeah, and then they're all standing around like this stove.
One hob, like
yeah, one hob, and they're like all excited because the fire's coming out, and it's like they're treating it like it's a DJ deck or something.
Oh,
it's just really funny.
It's just a hob. I love it.
It's just a quirky kind of weird video. The dance routine is on point.
Mad.
Again, it's another one of those ones where the pace of the song is really fast all the way through, apart from the kind of the middle 8 bit where it breaks down, where it's just Jin. But it's a fast-paced song, but like I say, they play with the tempo in the dance routine so much that it's just you're constantly taken aback by them. You're like, oh, that's cool.
It makes you pay attention as well, because it's not if it's full throttle all the way through, it's fine. But if they do something a bit offbeat or slower, you're like, oh, and then you do sort of pay attention a lot more.
And it's I think remember when I said about Taeyong, whatever. When I said about his voice, and they haven't utilised him so much. So that's him at the end of every chorus going, bow wow wow. It's so deep, but then later on you're going to hear him singing another song where he's just got this really like soft singing voice. So he's so kind of, I think his voice is so good, and he's so talented, and you get to. I just think you get to hear more of them, and you get to hear how different they all are, which it's not like you haven't had a chance to do that in other songs. Like Jimin's voice in this, you just see how different his voice is to everyone else's in the group. He's got a really bright voice. I can't explain it any other way than that, but his voice is really bright at the end of each bridge, and he's like la 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 la. He's doing that. He sounds so different to all of them. It's like a nice break from
just kind of sweet, like coming in.
He's got a really sweet voice. That's exactly right.
And it suits that bit in particular, like just the sort of careless, carefree kind of la, 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 la. It works. Yeah, it's nice. It works.
But this is another just huge song.
It's so good, and like you said, it's very BTS as well. And obviously their career trajectory, if I can get the word out, is still going up, right? So this is it's just perfect for where they're going. They're going from strength to strength here. So they just put this big, bold, like fun video and song out, loads of dancing. Yeah, that's what people love about them, and it's good. And like you said, it's all personality. Yeah, you pick your favourite. People have got their biases by now, I guess, and you just it's nice, it's fun, and I love it. I love this one.
And I like, so there's a show that they have, like, you can watch it with the subtitles on YouTube now, and it's BTS, but it's like a behind the scenes kind of thing, and it's called Burn the Stage. Okay. And I don't know if it's them on tour or if it's just following them for shows and stuff like that, but it shows them, and it's got interviews with them, and it's like it's a good insight into how they work. And there's one bit in it that I watched, which is where V has an argument with Jin. Okay. And Jin is the oldest member of the group, and in like Korean culture, like, honestly, the respect for your elders is such a big thing that even within a small age group like this, like between sort of 20 and 26, which is what we were talking about, it's substantial. Right. So like, if Jin says something, it would be so bad for them to argue with him. Like it's kind of like he wouldn't be like, how dare you, I'm your elder, but it's not a cool thing. Like, even like you would argue with your older brother or whatever, but it's just not done. So V has a suggestion about one of their performances. He's like, you need to get to this mark faster, otherwise I can't do this. Or like, and if you can't get there faster, we need this. And it's just a really simple, like, but very specific thing, and they come to blows about it, and they're both really upset. But when we were watching this, I remember I said to you, let's just skip back and look at that bit, how they all get back into space. It wasn't this song that they were talking about, but they are so on point with their dance, like involved, it's like scarily on point with their dances. I think it's easy to just be like, oh yeah, they're good dancers, they learn that dance routine, but they are so on point. Like, it's so specific, the fact that in that little clip V was like, you need to get here by this point because I can't, and you're gonna have to speed up, and Jin's like, I can't get there any faster, you're just gonna have to do this. even to those little moments, it's not like, okay, so the chorus goes like this and the verse goes like that. It's like these specific moments, and their dance routines are not simple. They're complicated. So I think it, especially watching the videos of their like their dance videos, their dance practices, it gives you a whole extra level of like respect for them.
Yeah,
I think so hardworking.
I think before we started UKPOP, and before I started getting into K-pop, I was quite ignorant in the sense that I thought they were just showing the dance and that was it. Like, I mean, they are obviously shown. They have choreographers or whatever.
Yeah.
But I thought they were showing the dance, they learn it, and that was it. But so to hear that, you know, they are really involved in it, as in where they stand, how fast they get there, what bit comes after this bit. It's really fascinating to hear how involved they are, and how hardworking they all are in what they do. It just reminds me of, again, sorry to bring up Monsta X again in a BTS episode, but like it's with their rap line. Again, before when I was sort of quite ignorant of K-pop, I was like, okay, their raps are just written for them and they just talk really fast. But I watched this video of them doing their song Fighter, but they like swapped all the parts around. And so Joo-hwan was trying to teach Hyungwon how to do his rap. And he was just showing him this technique, like when to breathe, how fast to say it, what speed to do it. And it's just, they're so involved. And it just, like you said, it just adds a whole new level of respect for them. And I just have so much more respect for BTS since like I've been listening to their music. They're involved in every single part of it.
And it's so
brilliant. And they're so talented and they're so good at it.
They work so hard that it's not just like, oh look, these quirky Asian boys who can sing and dance. Like, if you understood how regimental their training is and how passionate you have to be about
to do it.
Not just to go through, but also just to I just think that
to do it and stick with it for many years and still be amazing is just.
We got your back.
Yeah, I feel like Western artists know nothing. Do you know what I mean? I think that I'm sure there are ones that work hard.
The trash. No, I'm kidding.
You're all your favourites.
People unfollowing me. Do you know what? I don't even care. BTS are the only pure thing in this world.
They're so awesome.
So moving on from Fire, this is a very different direction for BTS. So the song is called Blood, Sweat and Tears. I feel like they should have called it Blood, Tears and Sweat. Because BTS,
they should have, and you are 100% right.
They didn't consult me.
I know.
So
their own fault.
Whatever. The video for this is, I was taken back when I watched it because it's gorgeous. The song itself is, like I say, just a different direction from them. It was huge when it came out. Like it's fantastic. So this is Blood, Sweat and Tears.
내 피땀 눈물 내 마지막 춤을 다 가져가 내 피땀 눈물 내 차가운 숨을 다 가져가 내 피땀 눈물 눈물도 내 몸, 마음, 영혼도 너의 것인 걸 잘 알고 있어 이건 나를 벌받게 할 줄 Texas and cream, sweeter than sweet Chocolate cheeks and chocolate wings But 너의 날개는 악마의 걸 너의 그 sweet 앞엔 비려비려 Kiss me 아파도 돼 어서 날 조여줘 더 이상 아플 수도 없게 Baby 취해도 돼 이제 널 들이켜 내 피땀 눈물 내 마지막 춤을 다 가져가 내 피땀 눈물 내 차가운 숨을 다 가져가 원해 money 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 원해 money money
There we go. Yes, right. Didn't I tell you it was sexy?
Yes. It was a very different sound for them, and they work it so well. Very mature sound.
Yeah, very mature sound.
Yeah.
And the video, woo, the dance, woo, it's one for the ladies, because
the guys have had fire, and then the ladies get
I mean, the ladies had fire too.
I mean,
be honest.
Fair enough. Okay, we've had all sorts.
But all of it, yeah.
We've had everything up until this point. But yeah, Blood, Sweat and Tears was lovely, mature sound. Very sort of. I like the sort of swingy kind of.
Yeah. So I hated the chorus when I first heard it because it sounds cheap.
The honking,
I was like, you know, you can hear like in a song that they basically just use MIDI. There's no real instruments in it. Like, how can you? Do you remember that Leona Lewis song? Better in Time. I had to sing the chorus in my head. Listen to Better in Time by Leona Lewis and tell me that is not entirely MIDI instruments. You could come to me and you could say, Helen, I got paid to play that record. And I'd say, shut your mouth. Why did you come to my house and lie to me? Get off my property. But that's all MIDI. And with this one, I was like, this is the cheapest sounding thing.
Yeah. Sounds like a lot of songs out there now, actually. Just
that kind of weird.
Kind of weird.
But this is also a lot, it's a kind of slower tempo. But they still crank it up with the dance, don't they? They really do. And the video itself is a lot more ambitious. They've got that weird kind of story bit in the end, towards the end. Visually, it's a lot grander.
Yeah, definitely. All the fancy sort of luxe-looking outfits and like where they're dancing, that kind of thing. Yeah,
it's a lot more grown up.
Very.
So much more grown up, especially in the fact they've got little John Cook.
We're
not camera and like, I'm not buying it from him. He's a baby boy. He could get to 40 years old and he will still be little baby John Cook, little cookie, and
that's so true.
But that, I mean, I grew to love it. I was like, am I gonna sort of, I don't know, am I gonna grow to like it? And then I really did.
I liked it more on like. It took me a couple of listens as well.
Yeah.
But I really like it.
It does take a couple of listens.
It does, it grows on you. And I think this is them saying we can do any concept. So they've done the sort of bratty, we're going to make money concept. They've done the, we've got the fire. They go back to the sort of we're feeling ourselves thing.
Yeah.
But, so they've done that, and then they've done the sort of sweeping emotional stuff with Run, and this is sort of, this is all the grown and sexy stuff. They're like, you know what? We're men, you know, like it's just like it's very.
True. They've done all these. All their looks so far have been either, you know, we're casual, we're lads, sort of like you said with Run, or it's been bandanas and like one trouser leg rolled up, that kind of like hip hop dance crew look that they have way back at the beginning, and I think they bring back later, or they have the schoolboy look, and there are certain looks that every group tends to try, like. I often do this like military sort of look.
Yeah, I've seen
so
that.
Often, military look, and it's like, are you guys sharing these outfits? Like, does that belong to SM? And they can just pass it
wheel it out, to all their artists. But they do.
Do you know what I mean? And I'm not complaining.
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah,
like
it's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, they're fine and smug and.
Belts in all the right places.
I mean, cinched in, Helen.
Buckles where they need to be. That's good. We're about that buckle life.
Shirt pockets, man. I was weak over like shirt pockets with the buttons, like.
And then shoulder, the chevrons, even. But anyway, look, my mouth. It's dried up because of the thirst.
Sorry about that. But this is.
It's a totally different look.
Totally different look, and they work it
so good. Like Jimin in particular. When I first saw this video, I was like, "That's not Jimin." I really didn't think it was him. As stupid as it sounds, because he's got the great. They've given him like silver hair, and all of them are wearing these kind of embellished blazers and stuff, and it's just such a different direction for them, sound wise, visually, but they do it so insanely well. This is just like. Why did you doubt us?
But
who told you that we couldn't do this? We smashed it.
Totally.
And then performances of this were cool as well. Like, and it's because they're all, again, and it's so professional about it, but they also love it.
Yeah, you can
know?
tell. You can
just
they
tell.
really, really enjoy it.
So, Blood, Sweat and Tears, absolute banger. At the point, we're now up to 2016, wasn't it? 2 years ago, yeah. So, the next, the next song we're going to do is Spring Day. So Spring Day and Not Today are the next two songs that we'll do, and they came out roughly the same time. This was when BTS were bringing out they did a Love Yourself campaign.
Okay, right.
And this was like, that was their album, and they also did it. I cannot for the life of me remember what the charity was. It might have been like UNICEF or something like that, but they, in conjunction with some global poverty and child safety charity. That's so obnoxious to be like, just some charity for like welfare and that. But you know what I mean? It was they partnered up and became ambassadors for a charity, and this was around the same time. So they were doing all of this stuff, and it was all very like feelings, if that makes sense. So Spring Day is the first one out of that little set of songs we're going to do. And yeah, we'll see what you think. They're very different sounds. Spring Day and Not Today, very different. So we're going to do Spring Day first.
보고 싶다 이렇게 말하니까도 보고 싶다 널 사진을 보고 있어도 보고 싶다 너무 약속한 시간 나는 우리 겁니다 이제 얼굴 한번 보는 것조차 힘들어진 우리가 저기 온통 겨울뿐이야 8월에도 겨울이 와 마음은 시간에 달려가네 홀로 남은 설국 열차 네 손잡고 지구 반대편까지 가 겨울을 끝내봐 그리움들이 얼마나 눈치를 내려야 그 봄날이 올까
공을 떠드는 작은 먼지처럼 작은 먼지처럼
날리는 눈이 나라면 조금 더 빨리 내게 닿을 수 있을 텐데
난 꽃이 떨어져요 또 조금씩 멀어져요 보고 싶다 보고 싶다 보고 싶다 보고 싶다
얼마나 기다려야 분명 밤을 더 세워야 널 보게 될까 날 보게 될까 만나게 될까 만나게 될까 숨겨온 끝을 순간 다시 봄날이 올 때까지 봄이 올 때까지 그곳에 좀 더 머물러서 네가 변한 건지 네가 변한 건 아니면 내가 변한
That was Spring Day. To be honest, I'm already over it.
Okay.
It's just because it just reminds me of one of those sort of harmless, middle of the road Magic FM songs that like, they play in their drive time slot when you're going home. It's just, I just think, to me, there's nothing that stands out about it. It's not very BTS to me. I feel they're better than that song. And I think the cute concept, the sort of cute, emotional, wistful kind of concept, I don't buy it here. I mean, it was cool to see RM doing a bit of singing.
Yeah.
That was cool. But I guess they wanted to keep the song soft, so they couldn't have everybody rapping.
Yeah, nobody can rap.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got the short straw, so it's like that's literally it. But yeah, I just don't think there's nothing that grabs me about it. It's not memorable. I mean, before we started listening to it again, I said I don't remember if I like it or not because I'd forgotten the song. So it's just it doesn't stand out for me, I'm afraid. But I guess it fits in with the time, what they were doing at the time they released the song, like you mentioned. But not one of their best. I'm not crazy about it.
So I don't know. I can't say that I'm not a fan of ballads. Right, this is more mid-tempo than slow, if anything. But I I have weird feelings about this song because I think it's come at a weird time for BTS because they're all like they're not going anywhere, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I think I mentioned before about when Big Bang they had a song called The Last Goodbye, and it was just before T.O.P. went to military service.
Okay.
And it was really deep because it's like, oh my god, this band's been together for like 10 years or something, and now one of them it's a hit of reality that it's like, yeah, you might be major celebrities, but
you've
got this duty, and you're growing older and you're not like these young, well, they're still young men, but it's like
in K-pop, I guess
it's like you guys you're pushing 30 now and reality's hitting home, and but also it's like, look back at this last 10-15 years you guys have spent together, and so there's something weird about this that they've done this song at this time in their career, if that makes sense. It's kind of like, oh, my friend, like, I'll never see you again, I miss you.
Yeah, because they're still at their peak, right? They're still, this is heyday BTS.
Yeah,
so
this was one of them things where it came out, it was like, the internet went crazy. It was like fan theories about the videos and their looks and the visuals and things like that. And it's just like, but I can't help but listen to them singing it, and it's like, wow, they sound really, really deep. Like, it sounds too deep for them now. It's like, it just felt like it didn't make sense, but I like it for what it is. As horrible as it sounds when it comes up on Spotify, I usually will
fair enough.
just skip through it.
Yeah.
But there are parts of it that I really like. I like the fact that RM sings in it. I think he's got quite a decent singing voice. Every single bit that V sings, I'm just like, oh my god, my heart. Like, well, like I say, I don't hate this song, but I did when I first listened to it. When it got to that bit where he's like, you know it all, you're my best friend, I was like, oh my god. And his voice sort of breaks on it, and I was like, that's singing, man. That's why for me he's the best vocalist in the group. People probably think that it's not him, but I just think he's amazing, and he's able to put forward so much in that with his voice. Just in that one little line, I was like, I don't want to listen to that bit because it's really deep, and it just makes you think of like friends that you've lost contact with and things like that. And if you think, it sounds horrible, but if you're in that kind of thing of like, man, I haven't, like, life has changed so much for me or whatever, and then you watch that video, not to be so deep about this, but if you think about all the kind of friendships that you're like, we've lost touch, or like, man, we used to be so close, and you're like, oh my god, this is what happens. And then you see them all on that train together at the end, and they've had these moments like on their own in the video where they're all like, if you notice, like, most of them when they're on their own, they're like really on their own, if that makes sense. Like their kind of loneliness, their isolation is really amplified. Like, you've got Jungkook where people are all walking around him and they're all at different speeds. You've got V on the train track by himself, whatever. I think Sugar's on that mountain of clothes, isn't he? And then all of their kind of locations, they converge, like, so they're all on the train together, where Jungkook was by himself on a train as well, but then they all start to come together because then they're all sitting on the pile of clothes flying, and it's like they all know that this separation at some point is going to happen, maybe, but at the time they're together. I'm reading too much into it, but it hit me in the feels when I first saw it. I was like, oh no, like, first of all, because RM was singing, I was like, oh no, they're doing something serious. And then I watched it, and I don't know if it was like the time of my life that I was in at the point or what, but I was just like, oh my god, they're having feelings that they should just not be like
having at the moment.
It's like, guys, you're so young, just
there's time.
There's time.
And I think they know that now, especially with how now they've broken America. They're like, we've got time, we're gonna own it. And then obviously someone will be going off to military service.
But also how important they are to one another as well, isn't it? Like,
exactly.
But that's my deep.
No, oh my god, that was good. Like,
Spring Day.
I don't know. I think it's just because I'm not a fan of ballads. I was like, I'm over the song. But that is a really good way of looking at it. And I think I might have to have a rewatch.
Just have a rewatch
with that in my mind. Yeah, just rewatch, have a cry.
Just get yourself
that in the back of my mind. Yeah, get yourself a bit sad. And just like, think about that, what you said, because that's a really good point. Because it just didn't occur to me that they all eventually come together and in the different occasions that they do have each other.
And it's like, for now.
Yeah, for now it's all temporary.
And let's just be here, kind of thing. I don't know.
The weird thing is with when idols go off to do military service, and do most of them return to their bands, or are they like? And okay, and when they return, are they the same person? Like, do they?
Yeah, I think.
Do you know what I mean? It depends on what they do.
Yeah, it depends what kind of military service they do for sure. Like Super Junior, we've seen them all. Like almost all of them are back. There's I think 2 who are still in military service,
right.
but they've all come back and they've definitely matured. That's the thing. They all come back from military service and they're matured, but they still are themselves. It's kind of unusual. It is a weird phenomenon that we're just not used to.
Yeah.
Like if you're not into K-pop, it's just weird to see your band's 1 or 2 members down, and then they come back and it's just weird.
Yeah.
But there's a while before BTS got off to military service.
Sure.
So
but that must be in the back of their minds, though.
Yeah, it must be all of them back in all of their minds, especially. I mean, like we're gonna look at a Shiny song in the next episode, and that's coming up soon for Only. We're not thinking about that.
Yeah.
We're not thinking about that. So the next song that we're gonna listen to came out roughly the same. I know, came out roughly the same time, maybe a week or so after. Literally about a week or so after or before. I can't remember, but this is called Not Today, and when I say it's a different direction, this is a really freaking
I
different
really
direction.
like this. Yeah.
So good. Here we go. This is Not Today.
언젠가 꽃은 지겠지 but no not today 그때가 오늘은 아니지 no no not today 아직은 죽기에는 더 그때 no no not today no 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 not today 그래 우리는 extra but still part of this world extra plus ordinary 그것도 별거 아니야 오늘은 절대 죽지 마라 빛은 어둠을 뚫고 나가 새 세상 넌 원해 baby yes I want it wow 날아갈 수 없음 뛰어 today we will survive 뛰어갈 수 없음 걸어 today we will survive 걸어갈 수 없음 기어 기가서라도 길러 그나참 찾아는 발사 and not today and not today 멘트들하다 hands up 친구들하다 hands up 나를 믿는다면 hands up 찾아는 발사 죽지 마라 묻지 마라 소리 질러 and not today 걷지 마라 오지 않아 손을 들어 and not today not not today not not today not not today 찾아는 발사 too hard 성공 with the blue too hard
Playing it again, got that excited.
Today is BTS Day, guys, so definitely today.
Today, right now.
Yes. I won't ask you what you think because you just like
Sorry.
like,
I've
behind the scenes,
got to time that.
BTS.
I've got to time that better.
No, listen. It's fine. This is our pod. We do what we want, okay? We do whatever we want. Extra plus ordinary.
Talk to me.
So I like this better than Spring Day. Obviously, I don't like the video though.
Okay.
I like some of it, and I think some of the looks they have in it are good. But I just think that the setting, like that last bit where they're dancing
Sort
on
of
what
desert
looks like
kind of.
ice in the desert, it's just. It looks so fake. It looks so cheap.
It's cheap, yeah. I agree.
And I just think, oh my god, you could have literally just filmed them dancing somewhere. It didn't need to have like a mirrored lake. What was that about? It doesn't add anything to it. Dance routines, as impressive as it is, why? Like the song though, it's catchy. You listen to it. There's certain bits of like RM's rap that I like. This is one of those songs where there's bits in their raps that really stand out. Like, I don't know what it is he says, but he does this voice like that. And I'm just like, yes, sorry, it's so funny. And it's so arrogant. There's so much arrogance.
It's the
in the song.
personality thing we were talking about earlier. He has it in spades.
Yeah, there's so much arrogance in this song, and I am here for it.
Yes.
They're like, we are BTS.
I
And
love
they say
those,
they're
yeah.
like, it's bulletproof. We're bulletproof. Like, and the whole point of the song is at one point they're like radiating fire before the chorus, and it's very self-referential, but they all. It's like they could have done anything with this video, to be honest, because it was going to rack up millions of views as it was. It doesn't matter what it was, but they obviously at this point they're still putting in mad effort, and yeah, I really liked it. And this is one of those songs that I can keep coming back to. I really like this.
I think I'm gonna have to watch some live performances of it because I'm sure they're insane. Like,
I've only seen one live performance of it, and I felt like the stage was too small for them. To do what they want.
Did they still have that many dancers as well? Like they've got all those, like a whole army of them.
So they did have a bunch of backing dancers with them. They did have them because it's part of that effect of them being like, because they do that bit, like, I think it's in the second verse where RM's like walking behind people. He's got his hand in front of his face and he's walking behind people, and then like J-Hope breaks through and they do that kind of, you know, when you were like, get it, J-Hope, and they step back. They did that, and then V reaching for Jin, I think it was, or Jungkook, whichever, because it goes by too fast in the video, but they do that. So all of that kind of the bits in the dance routine that use a lot of space, they do it, but they were doing it on a stage where they didn't have a lot of space. On the video that I watched. I don't know what show it was on, but it wasn't one of the usual ones one of the usual like music performance shows in Korea that I would have seen it on. But yeah, it's just it's just upbeat, and it's like, it's one of them songs. Remember how when we listened to Boss, I was like, if you're walking somewhere and you listen to Boss, you're just like, I am a boss, and you sort of, you've got this kind of swagger to you. With this, listen to Not Today if you don't want someone to mess with you.
Yeah,
just be like, no,
mood,
not today.
Like
it does.
I don't think so.
Puts you in a bit of a fighting mood, doesn't it?
Maybe on the commute to work, just be like, look, put on Not Today, and just
take your back off.
Fold your damn bike.
Yeah, fold your bike. Don't read your broadsheet newspaper while you're standing up and we're reaching Tulse Hill, because I swear
Talk about
it.
It's true. That's one of those. It really gets you going. Gets your blood going, isn't it?
Yeah. So you're just like, no.
Yeah, and I agree with you about the video as well. That it just looks naff when they're in the desert. But I like, it's a good setting for when they're all running.
Yeah.
And they appear to be getting shot or whatever, and it's all in slow motion. It's really dramatic. And it's just got this sort of over the top, fantastic background. And it's just really slow, and it's them just running. It works for that, but then with the dancing, it's just a cheap like. Yeah,
it seems tacked on. Like
they
could have done that anywhere.
They could have done that anywhere, and it dates the video a little bit.
It does, doesn't it?
It's. Yeah, especially when you had something like Fire, where they didn't have any of that fakery.
But they still had a whole bunch of
dancers and it looked brilliant. So then revert back to, I don't know, unless they were trying to go one up on Fire, maybe, I don't know.
It just isn't necessary.
Yeah, but it's a great track. Yeah, it's great, and I think RM was in his element here. Like with Spring Day, he has not a bad singing voice, and he was fine with the sort of softer video. But I think he feels a lot more comfortable with this stuff.
So you can tell,
possibly J-Hope as well.
Yeah, the one I always think of when like, and I can't really explain it, but the person who I always find myself periodically going to in BTS is Suga.
Okay.
Because he is so clearly like, he's like, I'm a rapper, if that makes sense. And you can sometimes see when they're goofing around, like he knows he's in a boy band, but he's sort of like, oh, I'm a rapper and I want to be a producer, because he's like a legit producer.
Right.
Like he's really good, and he's really respected. Again, like we talked about one of the members of Pentagon as well. He's a good songwriter. Suga is like, he does a lot of music producing, and he's really good at it, and people respect his work. And I think that there are times where you can see with the performances he's kind of like, this isn't what I really do. But at the same time, he does put all his effort into it. So, but I think with Not Today, he could get into it, like, as opposed to maybe Spring Day, or one of the more goofier songs. This one, I don't know. That's just how I feel about it.
No, I'm sort of going to look out for that in the next one.
Can't help but look at his little face, and it's just kind of like, sometimes he looks a bit embarrassed when they do the sexier stuff, I feel.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I'll keep an eye out. We're going through to our next one, which is DNA.
This was huge.
Yeah.
So this is the one when BTS started doing their appearances on American TV shows and things like that. DNA was the one that they were doing, and just you've probably already heard it, but here it is, DNA.
찾아 헤매도 너라는 걸
우리 만남을 수학의 공식 종교의 유법 우주의 선미
내게 주어진 운명의 신고 너는 내 꿈의 주석 Take it 너에게 내민 내 손은 좀 해질 숙명 걱정하지 마 이 모든 건 우연이 아니니까 우리 완전 달라 baby 운명을 찾아낸 둘이니까 우주가 생긴 그날부터 계속 모든 세기를 넘어서 계속 우린 저생에도 아마 땀생에도 영원히 함께니까 모든 건 우연이 아니니까 운명을 찾아낸 둘이니까
I want it this love I want it this
Stop.
We love the jumper.
Yes, sorry, took me a while there. Yes,
A lot of colourful clothes in this video.
Yeah, we were just fangirling over J-Hope's. Sort of, he's got this rainbow jumper with a tiger, is it, on the front?
Yeah.
So if anyone knows where we could get that,
I do.
all three of you, if you know where you can
Yeah, all
get
three of you, including us and your sister. So if we don't know now, we ask
You're
you.
not getting that jumper. But if anyone knows,
Just find us while we Google it. That's just. I could answer
One
our own
here.
question in the next episode.
yeah.
I do know that Jimin's jacket, the like rainbow sparkly jacket thing that he wears in this, was very expensive. I don't know how I
They
know
wear
that.
designer, don't they?
Yeah, it's extremely designer.
Yeah.
But
Mad.
love this.
I think they were wearing like Gucci to the BBMOs,
Yeah.
I think.
So,
or something.
I know that
or
V
D&G.
is super into Gucci. I don't. Again, this is one of those things that you just know from Instagram or whatever, that like he's into it, and that his like the army BTS fans keep like tweeting and trying to make a campaign or a petition to get them to use him as a model. Do you not think V would be? He's so pretty. Like, I think he'd be amazing.
Yeah.
He's so good
I think his
looking.
time is now, like,
Yeah,
definitely.
just
They're
get
already,
involved. How do they not? How have they?
they're
not
already
been to-
modelling
yeah.
for Coke. Like, they can already do,
Yeah.
like, they can totally do.
Because they've already
fashion.
done, like, the thing with K-pop bands is that they always do endorsements.
Yeah.
Like, they'll all have
Yeah.
endorsements. Like, they did a chicken restaurant one. Yeah. Usually,
That's cool.
There's a couple I think there's another band that's done a chicken
Mama
restaurant.
Moo have as well. I think they
Yeah.
did some
There's
vitamin thing. I think some like health kind of
There'll
drink.
always be some rando thing that they're
You're in an advert for,
endorsing.
and they're
Yeah. But BTS did a chicken one. But back to DNA. DNA was the one that they performed on a couple of shows. Unfortunately for them, purely because of my opinions of the songs, like the time between DNA coming out and then doing all their American stuff last year, not
Yeah.
this year's American stuff, but last year, and then releasing Mic Drop, they promoted more with Mic Drop, I think.
Right.
And I think DNA would have been better.
Oh yeah.
They did do some. They did do some performances of DNA. I think when they were on Ellen, did they? Do
Yeah, they did.
DNA.
I'm pretty sure they did DNA.
Yeah. And I think DNA is better than Mic Drop. I love it. I think it's catchy. It's weird. That kind of whistling at the beginning.
Yeah. And then the verses are all sort of. It seems like there's a guitar or something in the
Yeah.
verses, and then the chorus just goes left, and then it's back to that sort of. We were talking about that honky sort of dancey kind of chorus, which sounds really current. But it's a good. I think maybe this would have done better than Mic Drop because this has broader appeal. I think Mic Drop is still kind of. It's not R&B, but it's still kind of.
It's like
rappy
this
kind
worked
of-
for us the first time.
Yeah, definitely. Kind of rap, kind of elements of trap in there as well. So
Yeah.
this is much more like.
Yeah.
Broader appeal, definitely. So it would have done better if they'd. But yeah, it's a great song. I love it. It's fun.
It's a really
great.
good performance.
Yeah.
The dance routine as well is really good because
Yeah.
they do basically exactly what they do in the video. They do in their live performances. So all the stuff like Jungkook and V doing that bit at the end of for the first bridge, it's just them two dancing together. The bit where they all link hands.
Yeah, and
they
they
do
did,
that
I
bit.
loved that.
Crazy.
I loved it. Yeah.
They do that where they walk around RM, like they kind of march, and it's just fun. It's like, it's just a fun video. They all
Yeah.
look really they're all shot really well in this video too. Like, it's very colourful and it's quite a different, visually it's very different from their other videos, because we had, you know, there is some colourful bits in their other videos, like Fire has, they've all got the different hair colours,
I think
but
Blood, Sweat and Tears was
yeah,
quite
but they're kind of with Blood, Sweat and Tears and like Spring Day, there's sort of a palette, if that makes sense. With Blood, Sweat and Tears, it's like metallic and navy and things like that, and with Spring Day, it's pastels and it's green and pink and that. But with this, it's just like full on rainbow.
Yeah.
Sparkly, bright.
J-Hope's jumper. Yeah,
J-Hope's jumper, and it's good to go with. And Jimin's voice, like as the main one for the chorus, I like that. I think he's earned that. Okay, but yeah, I just loved it. I think it's great. I can listen to it over and over again. I think it's magnificent, and it's just gets you pumped
it's
up.
It's yet another one of those motivating songs.
Yeah,
it's like it's great, and there's just the nice little I like there's an instrumental bit in it as well that you can just dance to. They just dance to it because obviously dancing is part of their performance. There's a bit that they can just properly throw some shapes to. It's great. Yeah. And
you kind of think like, how can you end this song? And then like, la 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 la. You're like, that's right. They just do this weird wide leg dance that I'm here for. I like it. I think it looks good. So every performance they've done of it, I've just loved, and they have fun with it. So. But speaking of mic drop, let's do mic drop.
Sorry.
The Steve Aoki remix, this is the one that was everywhere. This is mic drop.
누가 내 수저 더럽대 I don't pay 마이크 잡은 금 수저 여러 배 버럭해 잠못 익은 것들 새끼 여러 개 거두벌 씹어 죽겠다 에이 저녁에 Work business 핵심 섭외 els니 매진 많지 않지 이 클래스 같이 많기 동향의 악진 반칙 마이크 번지 black 던진 망할 것 같았겠지만 I'm fine sorry 미안해 billboard 미안해 worldwide 아들이 너무 잘 나가서 미안해 엄마 대신해줘 네가 못한 협력 우리 콘서트 절대 없어 hold on I do it 너 말 없는 라다 do it 혹내가 아프다면 고소해 so it You just see my rag You just see my rag Sell a trophy sell a back What you think about it What you think about it Better got my haters out of sight Come and follow me with your stranger I'm so fiery for your danger Keep on running until I catch ya How you there Another trophy my hands carry 'em Too many that I can't even count them Somebody stop me I'm not a papa Too busy you know my body hater Baby watch your mouth It come back around
So I don't dislike it. I just disclaimer. I know it sounds like I don't like the song. I just don't like the chorus. I don't like
the chorus the best.
It's the lyrics that wind me up. If the whole thing was in Korean or if
Yeah,
it's like
a
little
lot
drips
of
and drops of
English.
it were in
Yeah.
English,
Yeah.
that's fine. But it sounds stupid. Did you see my bag? It's full of hella trophies and it's hella... What? My haters, I bet they're hella sick. What are you talking about?
Most rap is like that though, that's the thing. It sounds like most rap.
I mean, but it's just the grammar of it, and I understand it's not there, but it's just stupid. And also that how you dare at that.
Yeah.
How dare you? How difficult?
It's like foot, mouth, watch it, something like that.
It just
watch it, mouth.
It's just stupid. Did you see my bag? Did you see my bag? It's full of hella dookies and it's hella big or whatever.
It's hella sick.
Yeah, it's stupid, and but if they were saying something in Korean, totally different because it's so catchy. It is, but then Jimin's bit, come and follow me, like that's good. It flows well. It's just it's a stilted kind of forced English, and as horrible as it sounds, the point of this song was their crossover.
Oh yeah,
this was the one. It was like, well,
Yeah.
we're doing a song with Steve
Mhm.
Aoki. He's big.
Mhm.
Like, this is going to be the one where the American audience gets us.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if it had been in more Korean, this would have been so much better of a song. I mean, it was huge. People loved it and they wanted to hear it. But it sounded stupid, and I feel a bit embarrassed for them that that's the chorus. That's how they sing the chorus. But listen, because I fully love BTS, and
Yeah.
again, if, like I say, if the song they just had that bit in Korean,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
would have been fine. It just sounds so amateurish.
Yeah, no, I do agree with you, and it's a shame really because people loved them anyway.
Yeah.
So there was no need for a crossover song.
Exactly.
They could have done this all in Korean, and people would have lapped it up. Because,
And the raps are in Korean, and it's
Yeah.
like, listen to how good their flow is when they're rapping in Korean, to the extent that, again, this is going to sound really bitchy, but who's listening? But RM is like the main rapper, and his raps are the worst in this song.
Yeah, who's
J-Hope and Sugar smash it.
Yeah.
And they've got so much attitude, even though RM's fluent in English. His
they've
raps
held
are
him
so
back.
tame.
Yeah, they've
It's
held him
like,
back a
baby,
lot.
watch your mouth. It can get around.
It's like, come on, RM.
Let him
Yeah,
flow. Like, listen
yeah.
to him rap and listen to his mixtape, and you'll see the boy can rap. And this doesn't let him shine at all.
I don't know if it's. I'm not sure why they did that. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of why they.
I think for them
They
it's just
reined him
literally
in.
like, look, we can
I don't know why.
do it in English.
Yeah.
I'm sure he could rap. There's a clip, I think, a video I've seen of them where they're talking about freestyle, and he's like, he's saying it. He's like, I can't freestyle in English,
Which
and
makes
not
sense,
that they're
'cause it's not
freestyling
his
on this,
first
but it's
language.
like
Yeah.
it's amazing enough that he's so fluent in it. Like when you hear him talk, you kind of sometimes you think he's just American or that he's grown up in
Yeah.
America, but that's my gripe with the song. Is the English part.
Sure. I mean, I totally get that they didn't. It was unnecessary, but I've said earlier. I love the sort of we're here, we're good.
Yeah.
We're like just when not just BTS, but when K-pop. I like K-pop songs where they're just feeling themselves.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it just because it's funny and it's jokey and it's pop music and it just reminds you that it's fun.
Yeah.
It's just really good pop. And I like Steve Aoki anyway. So I thought that I enjoyed the remix more than the original song.
For sure.
And I was saying to Hel when we were listening to it that it sounds weird, but I like that when it ends, the sort of last kind of 10-15 seconds where they sort of play with the tempo like they do again, and they just go really slowly, and they just I just really enjoy it. It sounds good, and it's in the majority of that section is in Korean. Maybe that's why I like it, I don't know. But I like that they ended with that section that was in Korean. It was just slow, and it's just, we're here, and it's good. I enjoy it. I think it's fun and funny song, and it's just a bop. You just want to turn it up, and you're nodding. It's over the top.
It's just with me, I cut that chorus takes
Yeah,
me out.
yeah,
Like, you sound awful. It's like there's a again, I'm not gonna be able to think of it off the top of my head, but there is a Shiny song where the English lyrics are so not even the Shiny song. There's a song by Super Junior. At some point we'll probably do the song because it's a good song where it's the classics. But they have a song called Mamacita.
Okay.
Super Junior have a song called Mamacita, which is really good, and in it, Shindong, it would be Shindong, the bigger, the larger guy. Right? He's got a line in it which is, just close your lips, shut your tongue, as in like be quiet. But nobody says that, and it's just become it's just become a joke.
Yeah.
Like, shut your tongue. What did they not consult? Someone
Anybody.
who speaks English. Like, there must have been someone who could have identified that that's not the way to say that phrase. But it takes me out of it, because it's like, but I also agree with you that it's good in the sense of like, this was their song to go to America, but they're already huge.
Yeah, they
worldwide.
didn't need
like,
it. Yeah,
they have
need
so many
crossover.
fans in America. It's just they needed the media to know. It's just like BTS aren't. Like, they haven't come and done promotional stuff in the UK, but they have so many UK fans that you don't need to be on television to get popular. Like, it's all online. That's how I consume K-pop from the internet. It's not on the TV.
I don't learn about it from watching Ellen, for example.
Exactly. And if you are, then that's great, and it's a good place to start with BTS. But I like that this song is just like, listen, if they'd done it in Korean, I think they could have done more with it, because basically what they're saying in the song is like, we're already huge.
Yeah.
Like, we've already smashed this.
Before
Like,
we were at the
look
BBLAs.
at our bag, it's
Yeah.
full of trophies. Like,
Yeah.
we've had lots of wins, so don't
Yeah.
worry about us.
Mhm.
But yeah, I did like it, but not that bit. Not the chorus.
Is it because saying it, say like with Shut Your Tongue, for example,
Yeah.
is it so it translates to Korean fans? Is that how, would they understand it?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's maybe... Because I think sometimes when they have, like, an English phrase that doesn't sit quite right, it, like you say, it might be so that it rhythmically it goes with the song. But I think even in this, like, this doesn't... It's full of hella trophies and hella sick or what, but it's clumsy.
Yeah.
And if you don't speak her language, anything is going to sound clumsy. Do you know what I mean? Like, if we was to start learning the lyrics of the songs in Korean and we don't know what we're saying, or just learning a phrase, it's going to be clumsy.
Mhm.
But damn it, they've got RM. He should have known.
Yeah,
he should have known. This is on you. No, I'm not saying this about, like, because it was huge, wasn't it? The song was massive. But yeah, that's just my feeling for it. It's not perfect, and I want perfect music from BTS every time.
Always.
Always perfect. Sick of it. I'm sick of the lines. So we're gonna zip right forward now to the most recent stuff that came out. Now, I've written down Fake Love and Singularity. Sarah, you haven't listened to Singularity.
No,
have you?
I haven't.
So we'll do
Singularity.
Let's do Singularity first, because Singularity came out before Fake Love, and it's
Let's do it.
yeah. So yeah, this is Singularity.
무언가 가시는 소리 난 문득 잠에서 낯설음 가득한 소리 귀를 막아보지만 잠에 들지 못해 목이 자꾸 아파와 감싸보려 하지마 나에겐 목소리가 없어 오늘도 그 소리를 들어 들리고 있어 그 소리가 이 얼어붙은 헛소에 또 금이 가 그 호수에 내가 널 버렸잖아 내 목소리를 널 위해 묻었잖아 날 버린
So that was Singularity.
겨울이로
Doesn't
Smooth
sound
as hell.
anything like that. Yes, and it's just V.
Yeah.
Just Lil Taeyong by himself. This was, it came out just before Fake Love, so this was, we were just saying, this is like, it's called the teaser, or whatever, or the trailer for the Love Yourself Tear album, but it's just V on its own. There was a song on the album of Blood, Sweat and Tears, which is called Wings, and the song was called Lie, and that was just Jimin.
Okay.
So they have had it before where, like, it will just be like a solo song on the album, and I guess this one is for V, but it's really good. It's it doesn't sound like any
Really
other BTS
nice.
song.
No, it's very much a V song, so I'm
Yeah.
quite surprised they've included it in there.
It's a real kind of like slow jam. I like it, and I think he sings it so well.
He's
None
got
of them,
great voice.
none of them could have sung it apart from him.
No, actually, probably not. I think
I
you're right.
don't
It's
think-
very. It needs his kind of deep, husky kind of voice.
Yeah, he's got a really throaty voice.
Yeah, it's nice. And I got the impression he wasn't trying too hard in that. Like, this is just, it was just easy for him to sing that, and it sounded lovely.
Yeah.
Good that he kept the dance routines. He had a dance routine, which I think is quite BTS.
Yeah.
He didn't need one personally. I felt, but no, it worked though. The sort of mid-tempo kind of dancing in it as well.
And I'm really glad that they put this out, because I don't know. I know he's like, BTS is so popular, but mostly people tend to talk about Jungkook or RM, and and they each have kind of roles in the group. Like this one's the main rapper, this one's the main singer. Jungkook is the main singer.
Okay.
And I guess Jin is supposed to be the visual. But for me, V is all of them. Like when you watch him in the dances, like he smashes it every time. He can sing. Like he's got such an unusual and distinctive voice, which is unusual in K-pop. And he's also visual as hell. He is visual.
That was so visual.
Hell. I know,
that
right?
whole video.
Even with the mullet.
Yeah. Justice for me.
Just that mullet pandemic that's going on in K-pop. But I think so. We're gonna bring it right up to date now. So the most recent thing, which has also smashed a bunch of records, is BTS's.
Fake love.
Yeah. Fake love. That's literally it. So we're gonna do Fake Love. So this is the last one for our BTS special.
Here we go.
Fake Love.
사랑이 사랑만은 너 완벽하게 내 모든 내 잠들은 다 숨겨지게 이루어지지 않는 꿈 속에서 피할 수 없는 꽃을 키웠어 I'm so sick of this fake love, fake love, fake love. I'm so sorry, but it's fake love, fake love, fake love. I wanna be a gold just for you. 세상을 저는 just for you. 전부 바꿔서 just for you. 나를 너무 who are you? Hey, 우리만의 수 너는 없었어. 내가 완전 blue 잊어버렸어. 나도 내가 누구였는지도 잘 모르게 됐어. 거울에다 뒤걸려봐 너는 대체 누구래? 위에서라면 난 숨고도 기쁜 척할 수가 있었어. 널 위해서라면 난 아파도 강한 척할 수가 있었어. 사랑이 사랑만을 너무 완벽하게 내 모든 점들은 다 숨겨지게 이루어지지 않는 꿈속에서 피울 수 없는 꽃을 키웠어. Lie you're so bad, lie you're so bad. 날 위해 예쁜 거짓을 빚어내. Lie you're so mad, lie you're so mad. 날 지원해 여기들을 해. Lie you're so bad, lie you're so bad. 날 위해 예쁜 거짓을 빚어내. Lie you're so mad, lie you're so mad. 날 지원해 여기들을 해. I'm so sick of this fake love, fake love, fake love. I'm so sorry, but it's fake love, fake love, fake love. Why you stop? I don't know.
So good at singing. Not even kidding. Like,
Beautiful, babes.
what did you think?
Beautiful. I think it's taken me a few listens, but I do enjoy it.
Yeah.
I think it's a very good song to sort of. I mean, I think this is probably better than Singularity to launch their Love Yourself to come back, because this sounds more universal, especially for like a Western audience, and not just the tune, but like what it's about as well. I think I got the impression it was, I don't know, they're in love with someone, but they don't love them back or something, or or it's not real, something like that, or it's unrequited, something like that. So I think the theme and the tune is universal and easily marketable, so it's good. But it's a really good pop song, and I remember saying to Helen in the past that I like the raps. I just enjoy the rhythm of them, and I think it works. The sort of repetitive, I just enjoy raps like that.
Yeah.
And I think it works really well with this song. They're not too forceful. They don't overpower it. It's definitely more about the vocals in that song.
Yeah.
In the chorus of the "Love You So Bad," it's just so sweet. I just really,
it's just
it works so well. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a solid pop song. It's good.
It is, isn't it? And I didn't like it when it first came out. First time
I
heard it,
wasn't.
So dry,
I wasn't a fan either when I heard it. I was like,
it's why are they failing themselves when it comes to these? But it's just not because it's not that it's not a good song, but it's just that it's not great. It's not a DNA.
They
you know
could
what I
do
mean?
better.
Like, they could have done better.
Yeah.
But then it has grown on me. It really has. I love the video. I think the video, like I said to Sarah, it's like a cross between DNA and Blood, Sweat and Tears, but like after something terrible has happened.
Yeah,
They're all miserable. But I like it. I do very much like it, and I think it's very much a boy band pop song, you know, rather than just being like a pop song that anyone could do. And the thing about it is that's true of not just, I mean, BTS's dances more so than anyone else's, but K-pop dances in general, is that they're kind of interactive with each other.
Yes.
They rely so much on, so like if one of them wasn't able to do it, they'd have to change the whole thing round.
Or get someone else to like stand in.
That's
so true.
And BTS do that so well. There's so many things where you're just like, oh, I didn't think of that, or I didn't think you could use one another like that, or do this, and it's just great. And again, they keep smashing it, and sometimes when you watch them, you're just like, where can they go from here? So it'll be interesting to see what their next thing is. We won't review it on here, we won't listen to it on here just because it's funny and there's not really much to say about it, but I think it's interesting that both times that they've gone to America, they've come back and they've gone on their TV shows and they've done something really goofy. After they went to America in 2017, they had they'd done DNA and Mic Drop. That's when they came back and they did performances of that song called Go Go. Have you heard Go Go? So if like Go Go is goofy and the chorus is YOLO 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 yeah YOLO YOLO yeah. It's just a stupid song and it's goofy and they all dress in weird like colourful outfits when they practice it and perform it. It's just fun. It's just a fun song, kind of like we've just worked really hard for ages and this is our way of relaxing, is to have a goofy funny song. Now they've also just come back to Korea from America for the second time, and if you just look up the song, because like I say we won't do it on here, but they've got a song called Pan Pan Man and it's hilarious and it's cute, and again the dance is really invented. Watch out at the beginning when V sings the opening line, just watch his top and then just watch how they do it. Like
I lost it when Helen told me.
Yeah, really just watch how they do it and it's just really funny. It just goes to show that even when they're doing something that's just fun and goofy and playful, the inventiveness...
They do it properly.
Yeah, they do it properly and they're so good. Like BTS, there is a reason that BTS are the band that have taken off. There really is a reason. It's just not just like right place, right time, because like we were saying, they're having their 5th anniversary. I think it's their 5th anniversary. I might be wrong, but it's either their 3rd or their 5th. But they've been together a while and this isn't overnight. It's not an overnight success thing. They've worked so hard, and hopefully from the songs that we've talked about today you can see how they've progressed and how all that effort has developed and paid off.
Agreed. I can't wait to see what they do next, because I think like you're saying, Fake Love is so strong. Whatever they do next has to be as strong or beat it, but I can't wait to see whatever song they put out next. They're going on tour, aren't they? This year, so
and it's
that's
not
going to be wild.
The thing is that even alongside that, obviously we listen to Singularity, which was a great place to show off V's vocals, because the fast tempo songs don't do his voice justice, I don't think, because his voice is really rich. But don't forget that along with the songs that we've done today and the songs they've released, there's mixtapes and solo stuff and production and whatever that they've done. So I don't know like how they do it. I get tired after just like
watching
the simplest thing, like going to the shop to buy milk. I'm just like, I'm done. I've done a task today and that's enough. And they're still kids, like they're not even mid-20s yet. So
hopefully they find time to sort of chill out,
just relax,
just relax for a bit. I hope they get time off. Jeez. I hope they get time to go on holiday. I hope they get to like see their families.
They were not
get
in
enough
America
sleep.
For long,
It's just hopefully that they can manage all of it, because now they've broken America, it's gonna get even more insane. Even more insane. So I just hope the success is not at the expense of their
health and
mental
health,
and like they should remember self-care and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully Big Hit are like stepping up on that, and if not, they should be, because they're going to listen to this, obviously.
Big Hit, and we know you're big fans of us.
We love all our fans. Big Hit.
Each other. But that's, I guess that brings us to the end of the episode. I would recommend, if I may, watching the episodes of Burn the Stage, because
I will.
Really interesting to watch them and how they are together, because they are like brothers, and all of these bands, because they work so hard and spend so much time together, they're like siblings, and it's just endearing to see them in a different light and see how they reflect on their own work and how they treat each other. It's just fascinating, and it makes you love them more, if that makes sense. It's great, not in a creepy way, but you're just like, oh my god, I appreciate that you as people as well as performers.
Good. They seem to be good, caring, kind-hearted people, and I don't know if that's like a cultural thing.
I think maybe
sort of instilled in them. I feel like it might be,
because I think when you think about like little arguments that happen in groups and just celebrities from the West, it's like they'll subtweet them or whatever.
Yeah, it's just not. It's just nasty.
So
that stuff just doesn't happen. Yeah.
It doesn't happen, and these are, you know, the work ethic is so different for K-pop stars. We've said it before, but like it bears repeating that it's a different level, in it. Like it's just a totally different level. So we really hope that you enjoyed us prattling on about BTS.
And it's just good to watch people who are really good at their jobs.
Yes,
and BTS,
and they are BTS at the pinnacle
really
right
good
now,
at their jobs.
Yeah.
And it's so satisfying to see that, and people with a skill, and they all have it,
and to see them reaping the benefits of it too, of all their hard work.
Yeah.
When you see them on stage accepting awards, they look like they can't believe it, and you just want to be like, believe it, you did this, like this is on you.
We were talking earlier about the video V put up on Twitter of sort of when they went to the Billboard Awards this month, and they all looked like they had the best time. Like they were loving it. They were them getting ready backstage and in the audience dancing to the performances, and they were speaking to John Legend at one point, and they just had an amazing time. And all their fans were so happy for them, and you think, you know what, own it, you earned it, and it's cool. It's really
so good.
Yeah,
and we hope to do more of these like artist focused episodes, because it's fun.
It is fun. I really
one.
enjoyed this actually, just doing a deep dive into a particular artist.
BTS.
I think Shiny's got to be one.
Shiny has to be one, but I'm literally not emotionally.
I'm not ready.
I'm
not. Even with like Good Evening, I think it's out today or tomorrow.
I think it comes out today.
I'm not ready.
We're not ready. But we were ready for BTS.
Yeah.
And we hope you enjoyed it. And we will speak to you on the next episode. Thank you for listening.
Later.
Bye.